I'm a caver, and here is one of my worst experiences ever. At the time, I was not an experienced caver, and this was one of my first more advanced caves. It was just me and some friends, Jan and Tom. Jan was one of those stereotypical hippies, with blonde hair, a colorful jacket, and a nose piercing that made it look like she had little tusks. Her face was covered in freckles. Tom was about 24 years old at the time, and he was the reason we were there. He had a tall frame, was skinny, perfect for caving, had short brown hair, and acne covering his face. After we had arrived, we had some lunch, which were basic camping burgers, nothing special, with soggy tomatoes, old buns from someone's pantry, and meat just dry enough to be hard to chew. We entered the cave about an hour later. We brought a long wire, about 500 meters long, for an internet connection in the cave. We needed this to live stream the cave and called 911 in case of an emergency. As we entered, I felt a sudden cold chill. Unbeknownst to me at the time, it was due to what was inside the cave. We got deeper, and I felt that same feeling again. It wasn't just me. I could see that Jan was nervous too. She stopped for a short time, but quickly went back to normal. As we got deeper, we took a break in an opening. It was cold and damp, crawling with spiders. We had a couple of energy bars, but after I barely managed to take a bite out of mine, there was a loud bang deeper in the cave. We brushed it off as a falling rock, but we should have left after hearing that sound, because once we got deeper in the cave, we would be past the point of no return. But we carried on. We got to a tight squeeze, and I went first. As I got in, I could feel the pressure on my chest. I had to go feet first due to it being a vertical drop, but as I descended, I felt something brush my foot. I yelped out in fear, and Tom asked if I was okay. I told him what happened, and I could feel that cold feeling again, this time more intense. We knew something was off, but for some stupid reason we kept going. When we got deeper, we heard that same bang multiple more times. The last few times, they were more like screeches. We kept going, even though our bodies told us no. It was like we were forced to. We got to another tight squeeze, and this time Jan went in first. But this time it wasn't as simple as dropping down. This time, something was forcing us to go faster, and so we did, with no regard for our own lives. We kept going deeper into the cave, until we met a large opening. I had large gouges in my legs and arms. So did Jan and Tom. We looked around in the opening. It was larger than anything we had ever seen. It was the size of a mansion, and it looked like something was living there. It was terrifyingly dark, cold, and damp. We heard that banging again. This time it was louder than ever, and longer than ever. I felt that shiver again. We all did. As we approached the source of the screech, we could hear breathing, and when we got closer, we could see it standing there. It was large and had rotten skin hanging from its rib cage. Its head was large with horns resembling those of a ram, and its legs were non-existent, barely visible in the dim light of our flashlights. Then the monster let out a loud yell again. It picked up Tom and ripped him in half, covering me and Jan in his blood, guts, and organs. This broke me out of my trance, and I could finally move for myself. I ran off, limping to the rest of the cave, searching for a hiding spot. I turned a corner in this maze-like cave and found a crawl space to hide in. As I hid, I could hear Jan's bones being destroyed in the mouth of the beast. The monster searched for me, and I feared that I might not have much time left, so as I typed this final message, I vow to get out of this